Go back to 2013, we discovered that there was an intention to bring bail-in into this country, which is a process where banks can basically steal people's deposits with the government's approval. Now, this is law in the European Union, it's law in Canada, it's law in New Zealand, right? And we said this law is coming here. Now, it did come here. It came here in February in the sense that there was a resolution bill put up in the Parliament. It was called the Crisis Resolution Powers and Other Measures Act of 2018, which gave APRA unprecedented powers. Now, Scott Morrison's presiding all over this, right?
Yeah, he was the one that saw it through.
He's the one that saw it through. And what happened was that we mobilised on the APRA bill our base. Now, remember this, we've been organising against bail-in since 2013, so we've built up an enormous following of people that have followed this fight of where we've been putting the banks on notice that they need to be dealt with. And we talk about Glass-Steagall specifically, to break up the banks, to separate out the necessary commercial banking from all the speculative and the nasty stuff that the people are seeing with the Royal Commission. But what happened in February was this APRA bill to give APRA more powers was passed. Now, we tried to put up a resolution to exclude people's deposits, so the government and the banks could not steal people's deposits, as is law in other countries. And it was just rammed through Parliament. There was only 7 members of the Senate actually there. It was done by just a vote, just not even a vote, it was just an agreement. And the point is that this was rammed through, and now we have APRA being given de facto powers of bail-in.
Yeah, and
now, Scott Morrison was the guy that oversaw this. And that's my point.
And he admitted that when he actually tabled the legislation in Parliament for to be voted on, he foreshadowed that this legislation was required before a financial crash because that would be the gravest threat to Australians. Yeah. And the point is that bail-in legislation was invented, as we've documented it in our Australian Alert Service and on our website, you can find that information, was created by derivatives dealers because after the crash of Lehman Brothers and the whole financial system nearly came down 10 years ago. Lehman, the anniversary of that Lehman crash is the 15th of September, so it's coming up very shortly. They got together over a weekend and they said, okay, if another such crash were to occur, what mechanism can we have in place as an emergency management mechanism to allow our speculation to continue?
That's right.
And that would mean throwing it back on the people as an insurance policy that if the banks were in trouble, they would be recapitalised by certain investments, bonds and even savings in many cases.